On a foggy Thursday evening in November, the lights of a quaint town shimmered like pearls strewn on dark velvet, creating a serene, comforting atmosphere. Perched on my balcony, I indulged in my usual ritual of smoking, one cigarette following another, finding solace in the dissipating smoke and the fading azure swirls in the sky. I'm aware of the dangers of such habits, yet I believe the stress of a thankless job, erratic sleep, and tedious interactions are more lethal. In my mind, the occasional cigarette does less harm. After savoring my smokes, I retreated indoors, securing the balcony door and drawing the curtains closed. Recently, I'd acquired a battery-powered lamp, chargeable via USB, a practical solution to the frequent power cuts in our area. My smartphone, with a mere 13% battery, sufficed for a brief social media browse before sleep beckoned. However, my tranquility was short-lived. The lights in the room began to flicker. Turning on my new lamp seemed like a trifling action, but it turned out to be a life-saving solution. The very moment the lamp cast its glow, the room's bulb sputtered into darkness, leaving only my small illuminated haven. Switching on my phone, I was greeted by the absence of connectivity and a vague emergency alert, a directive to stay indoors due to some toxic mishap at a local station. A curious turn of events, but not enough to disrupt my plans for rest. As I lay in bed, the gentle light from the lamp painted the ceiling a warm beige. A thought about the neighbors' plight crossed my mind, their homes likely engulfed in darkness. As well, approaching the window, a slight nudge of the curtain revealed a startling sight. The once vibrant town now lay eerily silent, as if struck by an apocalypse. Devoid of light, life, and even the usual strays, cast an unsettling pall over the scene. An unfamiliar chill crept up my spine. I was about to close the curtain when strange, childlike sounds emerged from behind. They seemed to ebb and flow in the stillness. Intrigued, I drew closer to the window, and as my hand brushed the curtain, the sound ceased abruptly. Glancing at my phone for 57 a.m., surely no child would be out at this ungodly hour in the chilly autumn night. As I pondered, a flicker of shadow caught my eye. With a jolt of fear, I aimed my phone's flashlight at the window. What I saw defied belief. An amorphous mass of limbs and indistinct body parts hovered ominously close to the glass. The entity moved with an eerie fluidity, reminiscent of an aquatic creature. I recoiled in horror, only to hear a sinister scraping against the glass, growing louder, more desperate. Acting on instinct, I bolted to the bathroom, locking myself in. Outside, the scratching ceased, replaced by a chilling cacophony of whispers and ghostly laughter. Huddled in the bathroom, the gravity of the situation dawned on me. Something malevolent was at play. The kitchen window, usually secured, now seemed a vulnerable entry point. My fears were confirmed by the sound of something forcefully entering the kitchen. What followed was a symphony of grotesque noises, a guttural revolving into a mocking cackle. Ensconced in my makeshift sanctuary, I clung to the hope of safety. Time became a blur as I sat, praying for the nightmare to end. The silence beyond the door was as unnerving as the chaos before. With the phone's battery on its last breath, I braced for the worst. A sudden, eerie glint under the door sent me into a frenzy, countless pallid fingers clawing silently, desperately trying to reach me. A fearsome roar snapped me back to reality. I crawled under the bathtub, hoping for a slim chance of survival if the creature breached my refuge. In the pitch blackness, the sound of heavy knocks on the front door and muffled commands suggested rescue. Tentatively, I emerged, my cries for caution echoing in the void. Soon, I found myself in a nondescript black van, flanked by stern-faced men in uniform. The events of the night a surreal memory. Days later, the harsh truth hit. I was the sole survivor of an inexplicable tragedy that claimed thousands. A disaster that left no trace, no reason, sparing none. The aftermath was even more harrowing. Similar unexplained deaths nationwide, with no leads or explanations. A shadow of fear loomed over the country, unrelenting, inexplicable. Now, I find solace only in well-lit rooms, secured by steel doors, haunted by distant echoes of that night. A reminder of the unseen horror that continues to stalk the shadows,